Hey, come here. This one's gonna get weird. The 80s were a strange time for movies. Studios were experimenting, special effects were getting weirder, and somehow nobody said no enough. And now a lot of those films are just sitting on Tubi like nothing happened. So today we're counting down 10 Tubi movies that you can actually stream for free right now. And trust me, these get progressively more weirder throughout the list. Hey, my name's Johnny, and today I'll be taking a deep dive into 10 WTF 80s movies you won't believe that are on Tubi. And let's get into it.
You're going to get us in an awful lot of trouble, man.
We already in trouble.
Maximum Terror. Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive.
Number 10, Maximum Overdrive from 1986. Directed by Stephen King himself, the cast includes Emilio Estevez and Pat Hingle. This is the only movie Stephen King directed, and he later admitted that he was coked up the entire movie. And after you watch the movie, it kind of makes sense. This is not really a sober idea, is what I'm getting at. The result? Machines become alive and start murdering humans. Led by a Green Goblin faced truck blasting AC/DC, because why not? And I love AC/DC, so I have no problem with the entire soundtrack being nothing but AC/DC. Every practical effect feels like it was made by someone who said, does this make sense? But just did it anyways. Even a soda machine suddenly comes to life and just starts blasting cans at a kid's face. Like full on rapid fire. It's just so over the top and random, you can't help but laugh of how unhinged this movie gets. And I kind of feel for Emilio Estevez here. He's playing it straight. He's doing the best he can, even as killer trucks, exploding machines, and total madness completely takes over the screen. He's basically the only one trying to keep things serious while everything around him turns into pure chaos. It's chaotic, loud, and feels like the most aggressive truck commercial turned into a movie.
Shorty! Huh? It's Howard, thank you.
That's a duck, man.
Howard the Duck, trapped in a world he never made.
Number 9, Howard the Duck from 1986. A wisecracking humanoid duck from another planet gets accidentally transported to Earth.
He has a very sudden midlife crisis. He lands in Cleveland.
Starring Leah Thompson and a man in a full duck suit who somehow has romantic feelings for her. This one's actually produced by George Lucas. Yeah, Star Wars George Lucas. This movie features a duck smoking a cigar, interspecies romance, and an evil alien dark overlord played completely straight. The practical suit performance is actually pretty impressive, but that realism somehow makes everything feel even more uncomfortable. It's less like a movie and more like a studio experiment that somehow made it all the way to the theaters.
That's it. No more Mr. Nice Duck.
The tone just completely shifts between comedy, sci-fi, and what the hell am I watching? It's just not what it's quacked up to be. Anyone? No? No? Alright, moving on. It's one of those films that feels like every single creative decision was a dare that no one backed out of.
And on that day when Barney got the power, together, they used the power and took the world for a ride. Get off this summer with Zapped.
Number 8, Zapped from 1982. Starring Scott Baio. It's a teen comedy mixed with telekinesis and just mixed with chaos.
I can move things.
He guided Barney.
I got it all figured out. You do your thing. We'll make a fortune.
A nerd gains psychic powers and uses them for high school pranks and just questionable decisions. But what makes it weird is the tone. It switches from innocent teen movie to borderline experimental with zero warning. It's like Carrie meets Porky's, but way dumber. It leaned hard into that early 80s teen comedy wave, so the powers aren't about heroism. They're about pranks, revenge, and ridiculous prom night insanity. It's messy, outdated, and kind of trashy, but that's exactly why it's a time capsule cult watch. It feels like someone tried to make a PG superhero movie while also sneaking in every adult joke they can make.
Death Spa. Welcome to the health club where you'll sweat blood. Death Spa.
Number 7, Death Spa from 1989. A luxury fitness spa becomes haunted by angry exercise equipment and dead spirits. Just your typical run-of-the-mill movie, you know. Nothing you haven't seen 100 times. Your gym hates you and wants to kill you. No biggie. Yes, gym equipment starts killing people.
It's the place for a killer workout.
It taps into that era's fear of tech taking over, but wraps it in neon lights, sweat, and pure B-movie chaos. It's ridiculous, stylish, and way more fun than it has any right to be. A perfect how did this get made type of horror gem. And steam rooms become death traps.
An unquiet spirit reaches out from beyond the grave.
This happens every day all around the world. This is kind of an epidemic. This movie is peak 80s health craze meets supernatural horror. It basically asks, what if your gym hated you personally? Anybody tells you to work out, just show them this movie. So many things can go wrong at the gym.
What's buried inside your TV? The video dead.
Number 6, The Video Dead. Movies come from a horror movie inside the movie. We got a little Inception going on there. It's like VHS culture turned into a fever dream.
An innocent woman is terrorized. Her life becomes a nightmare when she won't stay out of the basement and is snared by the evil Cellar Dweller.
Number 5, Cellar Dweller from 1988. An artist draws a comic book and accidentally summons a demon from another dimension. The creature is part clay, part nightmare, and part how the hell does this move? Cellar Dweller is one of those bizarre 80s horror gems where things spiral fast. The creature design is pure practical effects chaos, rubbery, nightmarish, and oddly charming. It's less scary and more what did I just watch, but in the best way. What makes it weird is the logic. If you draw it badly enough, it still comes to life. It's basically horror meets artistic responsibility guilt trip. I don't know if that's a genre, but I'm going with it. And wrapped in low budget monster chaos.
It's gonna kill you! It's gonna kill you all!
The Stuff. You have been warned.
Number 4, The Stuff from 1985. A mysterious white substance becomes a nationwide addiction and also a parasite.
You've actually seen people devoured by the stuff.
People eat it, crave it, and just slowly lose control. And the marketing inside this movie is almost more disturbing than the movie itself. It turns consumer culture into body horror. This movie is weird because it flips the idea of the monster into something you eat. The Stuff is this addictive, marshmallow-like goo that literally controls people from the inside out. So instead of chasing you, it convinces you to invite it in. And I know there's a deeper meaning on junk food culture here, showing how blindly people trust products, even when they're clearly dangerous. Because enough is never enough. And somehow it's both satire and gross out horror at the same time. You'll never look at whipped cream the same.
What is the secret Dwayne is hiding in the basket?
What's in the basket?
Open it, if you dare. Basket case.
Number 3, Basket Case from 1982. Have you ever watched a scary movie and thought, you know what this needs? More basket cases. No, you haven't because you're normal. But the people who made this movie thought that.
What's in the basket?
Clothes.
I'm going to try to tell you the synopsis without laughing. Here I go. Wish me luck. A man carries his deformed twin brother in a basket case for revenge murders. Just another movie that you see 100 times. No big deal. Nothing to see here. That's the entire premise.
What's in the basket?
What pushes it even further into the what am I watching territory is the stop motion gooey effects on the mutant twin. I know that's a very strange sentence, but hear me out. He's both tragic and terrifying, and the movie constantly blurs the line between horror and dark comedy, especially with the awkward motel interactions and sudden violence that feels almost random. It has this raw underground New York City energy that makes everything feel grimy and unpredictable, like you stumbled into a nightmare on the streets. The creature looks somewhere between a puppet, a nightmare, and just something that shouldn't be alive. It mixes body horror with dark emotional tragedy, so it's not just shock value, it's also about twisted sibling dependence taken to an extreme. And what makes it kind of hilarious but wild at the same time is how emotional it tries to be underneath all the chaos. It's gritty, gross, low-budget New York horror at its absolute strangest.
Waiting to pick us up one by one.
Killbots.
What used to be called Killbots is now called Chopping Mall from 1986. Security robots in a mall go completely rogue and start hunting teenagers. The movie's called Chopping Mall instead of Shopping Mall. Get it? Wow, how did they come up with this stuff? I mean, these people should be building rocket ships and not making 80s movies by how genius this is. But instead of subtle horror, it's laser blasts, explosions, and I will give this movie credit. It's got one of the best head explosions I've ever seen in a movie. The robots just look like they were designed by a drunken electronics store. And the entire movie takes place in a shopping mall after hours. Gotta love the 80s. And this one might be my third favorite movie to take place at the mall, behind Dawn of the Dead and Fast Times at Ridgemont High. You also get horror fan favorite like Barbara Crampton, which is part of why the movie has built such a strong cult following over time. And I have to give her credit. She's really doing a good job trying to act scared in front of these very slow moving robots. So she's great in this one. It feels like Terminator, but set in a food court and with worse judgment. And speaking of Terminator, Dick Miller's got some bad luck with robots, man.
You bastards were gonna be trouble when I first brought you in here.
Which brings me to number one on this list, and my personal favorite. If you want to get a little weird, throw on Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Why here? Why now? Why clowns?
Okay, I had to put this at the very end because this is my favorite movie of all 10. I kind of just love this movie, and I'm sure a lot of people do as well.
What are you gonna do? Knock my block off?
Aliens arrive on Earth, but they look like circus clowns, which is freaking awesome. They don't just invade. No, that's too easy. They trap people in cotton candy cocoons, shoot popcorn guns, and turn humans into puppets. And everything is practical effects, which you gotta love.
Pizza?
Everything is bright, and everything is kind of just unsettling. It somehow manages to be comedy, horror, sci-fi, and childhood trauma all wrapped into one. This one is the definition of how the hell did this get greenlit? But I love it, so I appreciate it. This movie is why I made this list. These kind of movies that are just not your basic remake, not your basic, oh, I've seen this movie 100 times, because you haven't. And it's the perfect ending because nothing else on this list gets close to this level of pure chaotic energy and imagination. The 80s didn't just make movies. They experimented, broke rules, and occasionally forgot to ask if something was a good idea. And that's why these films still live rent-free in people's heads, including myself. And if you want a part 2, there are even stranger deep cuts hiding on Tubi right now. Just don't say I didn't warn you. My name's Johnny, and thanks for taking a deep dive into 10 WTF movies you won't believe are on Tubi, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you. Have a nice day.